Dear student, with continuation with the previous lecture, today we'll discuss on the different losses. First one is the path loss. This path loss depends upon the distance and frequency. About 200 dB at the C band and near about 206 dB at Ku band. Next one is your atmospheric losses. Losses in the signal can also occur through absorption by atmospheric gases such as oxygen and water vapors. This characteristic depends on the frequency, elevation angle, altitude above sea level, and absorption, absolutely humidity. At frequency below 10 GHz, the effect of atmospheric absorption is negligible. Its importance increases with frequency above 10 GHz and especially for low elevation angle. These are the table. This table shows the atmospheric loss and corresponding which frequency we have to use. If you consider the very first one, the frequency lies between 2 to 5. In that case, the atmospheric loss is 0.25. Second case, frequency is 5 to 10. In that time, atmospheric loss is 0.33. Third, 10 to 13. In that case, atmospheric loss is 0.53. Fourth one, if less than 13, in that case, the atmospheric loss is 0.73. If you consider the greater than 13 frequency, in that time, atmospheric loss is 0.73. Our observation is what? Whenever you increase the frequency, proportionally atmospheric losses also increases. If moving to the next one is rain effect. An important climatic effect on a satellite link is the rainfall. Rain results in attenuation of radio waves by scattering and absorption of energy from the wave. Rain attenuation increases with the frequency being worse for Ku than C band. Enough extra power must be transmitted to overcome the additional attenuation induced by rain to provide adequate link availability. Considering this one, the satellite communication is based on the two objectives. First one is meeting a minimum carrier to noise ratio for a specified percentage of time and carrying the maximum revenue earning traffic at minimum cost. These are the two objectives. On the basis of these two objectives, if a satellite link is designed with a sufficient margin to overcome a 20 dB rain fade rather than a 3 dB fade, earth station antenna with a 7 times the diameter are required. I repeat again, if a satellite link is designed with a specific margin to overcome a 20 dB rain fade rather than 3 dB fade, earth station antenna with 7 times the diameter are recommended. Means by increasing the antenna size is required. All satellite communication links are affected by rain attenuation. In the 6 by 4 GHz band, the effect of rain of the link is small. If you consider the Ku band having the frequency of 14 by 11 GHz, 14 by 11 means 14 is uplink frequency, 11 is the downlink frequency, and 30 by 20 gigahertz Ka band, the range attenuation are more. So satellite link are designed to achieve the reliable near about of reliability of 99.5 to 99.99%. So considering this all parameters, the question will be arise, which band is utilized for the which application. So see, especially we discuss on the white channel. We know that the telephonic traffic needs real-time channel that are maintained for the duration of the call. So C band or K band is used for white channel with sufficient link margin that outage time are small, and for internet transmission are less affected by short outage and generally do not require a real-time channel, making a K band better suited for internet access. Okay, so telephonic we can utilize C and Ku band, and for the internet we are using the Ka band. Thank you.